your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco basket. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers' 118th anniversary sale is going on right now. This sale only comes around once a year, so don't miss your chance to save 20% or more on everything diamond. Bridal and engagement rings, bracelets, earrings, and all diamond jewelry, 20% off or more. Our lowest prices of the year, now through October 25th, only at Sutter Heyman's 118th anniversary sale. Lincoln and Grand Island or SutterHeyman.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So, yeah, that sounded like Heinrich's the guy. I think he said again, Heinrich's got to improve his conditioning, which is one of the most confounding things I've heard. He looks like a decathlete. I mean, he's not a dumpy quarterback.
Oh, he runs.
He's one of the best looking athletes on the campus.
Look at the run he had for the touchdown in that game. He looked pretty
Look
fast.
At the dude. How can his conditioning be bad?
What is this about?
It might be about that they asked him to do about everything.
He's carrying it 20 times a game.
Right.
He's a quarterback.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. Welcome in to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach.
Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Ahman Green.
All right. Welcome into the show. I'm your host, Ahman Green, and listening to my right here, my man Harrison. How you doing, man?
It's good. NBA. Season opener today.
Yeah, tonight, I know the Bucks. Who the Bucks play?
Bucks aren't.
Said that in class today.
Yeah, Bucks aren't today. I think the Bucks are going to be tomorrow. Tonight, it's the Lakers Nuggets at 6:30, Suns and Warriors at 9. So only 2 games.
That might have been it then, because I was talking about it. I mentioned it in class or in passing of a conversation. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks actually don't play till Thursday, and they'll play at 6:30 against the 76ers. So that'll be a good one as well.
Joel Embiid. Hopefully he came through training camp pretty good. So you got Lakers and Nuggets. 6:30 tip off, so about 25 minutes on probably TNT or something like that.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
That is the home of basketball. And then the Suns and the Warriors. Ooh, TNT as well. Yeah, both games on TNT. They're right up. Says that right above them. in NoCal at the Chase Center, and Lakers on the road in Denver, not too far from here. So interesting. And we have the kid. He's literally a kid over. He came from France and he's playing for San Antonio. I don't want to mess his name up, but I'll get it down.
Victor Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama. Yeah.
Gotcha. Wembanyama. Got it.
Kind of got to break that one down.
Or
say it a few times.
Yeah, I'll break it down.
Kind of like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
That's
it
one
took me a
where
minute.
Yeah, just got to keep saying it.
Yep. Antetokounmpo. Got that down right. So yeah, got NBA starting. Shoot, baseball still going. So there's that one moment in professional
just went
sports
down. Yep.
Where so you got basketball, you got baseball, you have football, and if you go to world, you have soccer. You go outside the U.S.
Yeah, so going to the Premier League.
Yeah, you got soccer and then rugby too. So you have in the U.S. 3 of the 4 professional. Oh, hockey's going too.
Yeah, that really starts picking up. That's that has this pretty similar timeline to the NBA. That's one I always feel bad for. I should watch more hockey, but it picks up right around the same time the NBA does.
And so we're at that time of the year where it's that crossover.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have all 4 professional sports here in the U.S. and then you, like I said, you count overseas in other countries. So you got, if you're a sports fan, you're like, I got everything. I'm happy. We're talking about, I know with NFL, it was a time in the NFL season where it was like 30 days straight of football or something like that between August and like mid-September. So yeah, sports is definitely in the fabric of not only the U.S. but the world, and controls and is a part of so many different little avenues, conversations. Just like talking about it today. I had a guest in my class today, Dr. Jen Welter, who was the first women's NFL football coach. She coached linebackers with Bruce Arians.
Okay, what year would that?
2015.
That was way too late.
Yeah.
But good. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Way too late. But since then, there's been other coaches, women coaches in the NFL, NBA.
Yep. Even WNBA.
Talking about Victor.
San Antonio Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond.
She got 2.
Yep. She just got a second ring.
WNBA. And that's how I was about to bring her up with Popovich, hiring her as an assistant on his staff in the same year, around the same time, 2014, I believe. And then she got hired on by the WNBA when they created the Aces in Vegas. And then right away, she has 2 rings. And it just depends on where she's putting them, or is all on one hand, or she's gonna put one right, one left. As a kid, I'll probably do one right or left, because I remember you had that one TV show with the comic book characters, Super Friends.
Yeah, now that
and
one's
the
over
ring.
my head.
And that one. Okay, I'm old. So Super Friends was one. They had the Super Twins.
Yeah,
and the Super Twins would say this little phrase, and then they'll like match up their fists with the rings and everything. So people like her. People like Travis Kelce, Pat Mahomes, they could like Super Friends this thing because they got big rings.
Yeah, they got a few.
They got a few rings on their hand. Tom Brady, he's kind of solo.
It with himself.
Yeah, he's kind of solo by himself. He could do it solo.
He can go up to Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's if they still get along. You can't tell with Bill.
I feel like they still do. The way I should say, when they get to the public media, it does seem like they still got friendly relations, fair respect for each other. I never hear like anything negative about them. Unless it's from someone who's not Bill Belichick or Tom Brady.
Right.
I never hear from those guys themselves. So that's why I'm just not buying it.
Yeah, amongst themselves, I hope it is a good, working, if it's a working relationship, just, when it gets on the cameras on and everything are rolling. But even better if it's, still on a personal level, it's still good. Because obviously what they did together was special. A lot of Patriots fans love that. NFL definitely did, because it was like when Michael Jordan came to the NBA and just brought a whole new factor along with, and before that, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird competition. But then this kid from North Carolina comes through, and it's like, hold up, and then recreates the NBA, and then brings on another generation of talent. Talking like we were talking about Giannis, and now we got Victor down in San Antonio.
Don't forget about Chet. Still excited about Chet Holmgren, the OKC. He was hurt his first year. But he's kind of got very similar build. He doesn't really feature the same amount of guard skills that Victor does.
I'll check him out.
But he's definitely going to be a defensive problem.
Golden State, you said?
No, OKC Thunder.
OKC.
Yeah.
My bad.
And they got a nice squad, too. They got a bunch of young players. I'm still pretty high on Josh Giddey. And we do have Cup Scurry. Again, you guys can join the show anytime. 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line or the Honda of Lincoln hotline. You guys can join in the show, keep us company. We can talk about whatever you guys want to shoot a text for. But we do have Cup Scurry says, I'm only 24 and I loved Super Friends as a kid. So maybe it's not that old because I'm 24 years old and I don't remember.
No, yeah, Super Friends was definitely an 80s. So you were an 80s kid?
99 was when I was
born.
born.
Okay, yeah, you missed that. You definitely missed that one by about almost 13 years. It was like mid 80s, actually early 80s, but it carried long because eventually syndication came through. If they were stopped making episodes, they would just start them up another season and go from there.
It doesn't I feel like the name's familiar. I've never seen it. I couldn't put any images in my head, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had reruns. That Cup Screw was probably
you would recognize
popular of a show.
Some of the popular comic book heroes in there because Super Friends, you had the Super Twins, but then just like any other, I believe it was DC. So with all the DC gambit of comic book heroes, Superman's in there. Wonder Woman, he's popping up. She's popping up every now and then. Batman pops up along with Robin. So you had it was the DC universe of comic book characters. So
short run though, only from 1984 to 1985 on ABC.
Seemed longer. It totally seemed longer. That means they only had a year.
Super Friends was also a 1973 TV series. I wonder if it's something they kind of pick up and put down a couple of times in the past.
Interesting. If it was only a year, that means they were recycling that thing like crazy. Because I was watching that into like even on like networks when Boomerang and Nickelodeon came around, like really early in the morning or real late at night. If it's like midnight on Nickelodeon, you could catch it. So, what was the player from OKC you mentioned?
Chet Holmgren. So,
okay,
Holmgren,
yeah,
yep,
from Gonzaga. Oh, yeah, I remember Chet. I remember him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be. People are already kind of forgetting about him a little bit just because of the injury, but
was it leg injury most likely, or what was it? Give me check.
Yeah, you'd have to double check that one. But do we have someone saying it's actually Victor Wembanyama?
Wembanyama.
I think I was saying Wemben. So Ban. Gotta put the Wembanyama.
Got it. Gotta get
we'll
it
get
right.
that one. Get that one.
That was my mom. My mom went off on local sports commentator. Was for years in Omaha. He did. I think he was channel WOWT channel 6, and he did the sports. He was a sports anchor, and he not only said my name wrong, he spelled my name wrong. Double whammy. And he said my name. He said, and it was my first game on that they had coverage of. I was at North my sophomore year, starting the first regular season game against Benson, so rivalry game, and I had a nice little 65-yard run. Got caught by one of the fastest guys in the state, so I'm not going to feel bad about it. It was Ronnie Doss. Shout out to Ronnie Doss and his family. Boy had wheels. Okay, it's basically trying to run. At that time, I was trying to outrun Usain Bolt.
Okay.
Not going to happen unless I'm Superman or at the talent where I'm at now, where I had 4.1, 4.2 speed. Nah. So I was just happy to get out. I was just hoping he was blocked, but he was not. And so he catches me, and then have a night now. And then later on, fast forward, end of the game over. I think we won only by a touchdown. It was a close game, or we might have lost. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I'm at home now watching the game, WOWT, and Ross Sternstrom. That's who it was. You remember that name? He's still around, Ross. Ross, if you out there listening.
He might be.
The one moment you made my mom not very happy. So she hears it first. So Ahman Green runs down the sideline for a nice 65.
Say that one more time.
65-yard run.
Ahman Green.
And then it rolls. It scrolls at the bottom and it sticks. They scroll it, then they stop it, and it says it's spelled IMAN Green. And she called the network. She called the station. I don't know who she got a hold of, but I could see my mom I could hear, "Hello, I need to talk to somebody. My son's name is not Ahman Green. It's Ahman, AHMAN. That's how."
She probably would take that personally.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be thinking
she named me. Between my mom and dad. Yes, she was in charge of that.
And to see Ahman.
And to see Ahman, like
not even close.
It wasn't even AH wasn't even considered to be put on there. They just assumed right away. I'm like, if they were at the game and got the program, so that means hopefully the program said that, so they could at least be a clerical error.
That's going to be
there.
my next question. I wonder what the program
right,
said.
what the program say,
Yeah.
because usually I've done games. I've known guys that done high school games. They just get the programs, or they what internet wasn't quite the thing then. This was 1992, 1992. So
you need that program.
We just getting into tech. Like, it wasn't until 95, my freshman year, where before that, emails start getting sent out in like 1994.
Yeah, that was kind of because I was born in 99, and that was the big thing.
Yeah.
Was the email. My parents were like, "What do you need?" It was crazy.
Yeah,
like that was like kind of the crazy technology, and everyone was freaking out.
Exactly. So you're just like, at that time, your email. So by the time you're born, emails is like adolescent. It's like 4 or 5 year old thing, and so we had none of that, and so I just remember that went down. Ahman Green. So I understand. I feel the need to make sure you enunciate and pronounce people's names properly as possible. So yeah, I will practice that all season long because I like to talk basketball. I'm a fan. I say of the sport and the athletic ability of the athletes, WNBA athletes, NBA athletes as well, because that's one thing as a kid. This was the only sport I wasn't confident in.
Really? Basketball.
Basketball.
What was it? Just like what aspects of the game were
dribbling,
okay,
and shooting.
Pretty big ones.
The main ones. The main ones. But in the context of playing with my friends for fun, playing 21,
around the world, course, whatever it is,
wasn't, because it was like, I knew it wasn't a game. It was a game, but it wasn't like a game where I got to sit there and try to cross over somebody and then dunk it or lay up. No, it was just 21. You just make whoever makes the most shots, and get the 21 points, or a horse. Right. But then when it got to when I got asked by my friends, like, hey, why don't you play for the school team? And I'm like, and then it just, my whole life flashed before my eyes. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, that was the only sport up until, follow me all through elementary, junior high, high school, because obviously it's a prominent sport. It's being played everywhere. And it's just one of those sports, like, I could not get down. And actually, I was pretty good dribbler. I just didn't obviously practice it every day like I did kicking or throwing the football.
Right.
Or hitting a baseball, which I did. If I would have stuck to it more, I would have definitely, I know 100% I would have got good at it. Because even now, when I put in, I'll be, weekend warrior in it. And like, I'm going to go grab the basketball at the garage and dribble for like 20, 30 minutes and then do it the next day. And then by Monday, I got a nice little crossover going. I'm an athlete. I got some ability to adjust. But yeah, that was the only sport. And it would just irk me because I knew if I put in a little time, be serious about it, it would have worked. I say so, but at that age though, then I'll be like, all right, somebody asked me to play, I'll go, yep. And so by that time, I caught wind of Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm gonna beat Dennis Rodman. That's my guy, because I didn't see him shoot a whole lot.
Yeah, just chase down rebounds and be an elite
chase down,
defender.
play defense. So I was like, hey, I got him. I got the quickest feet on the court. I'm going to go let people get around me or to the hoop, block it, rebound it. So I was the shortest dude grabbing boards because I had hops on the court. They were like, man, this little dude got hops. I'm just jumping out the gym. I'm like, man, can you? And then I'm like, and they like, can you go shoot the ball? I'm like, no. That's
No,
where it
ends.
Where it ends. Grabbing boards, blocking somebody down, man to man. Oh, that's on me all day. A layup it was suspect for a while. Like, I made the layup thing work. And then it was also, I had to get to the right hand, but that took a while. But the left hand was right away. So,
I always forget that. The lefty.
Yep.
So you had baseball in the background, you had football,
track in the bag.
Yeah, all of those.
Football,
in the bag.
baseball in the bag.
So basketball was just a time thing?
It was a time thing and just a confidence thing. Like I said, if I just had the confidence to put myself to say, okay, I'm going to dedicate more time to this, just like I was doing with football and baseball, where I was comfortable with it. Like, I could play football, baseball in my sleep.
Yeah.
I could understand, it didn't take long for me to grasp that. And part of it is probably because I probably had better coaching at both of those when I never really played other than 1 year of Little League basketball at the little rec center in town in Los Angeles, not far from my house. That was it. And I don't even remember the coaching because I was so still processing the game.
Right.
And I was probably one of the unfortunate part. We were the Bad News Bears of basketball. I was probably the best player on the team.
Oh, it was the kind of a rough squad around.
It was a rough squad. It was like we were shooting the ball in another team's basket. Okay.
Yeah, that's bad.
And I'm like, at least I knew that. I'm like, hey, bro, where are you going? He grabbed the board and he took off the other way. We're like my teammate grabbed the board thinking he's going to take it right back up. He grabbed it. He shoots off and nobody chases him. And he wonders why. Like, bro, you're going to their hoop. He's like, oh, is that why nobody brought me, stopped me? No, I had a clear lane to the hoop.
It's crazy. That does happen. I was watching, it was a woman's highlight.
Yeah.
And this is the crazy part. So the girl, it's after the free throw.
Right.
There's some confusion.
Yeah.
She takes the ball. She should have put it back up. She got the offensive rebound.
Off a free throw.
Off the free throw.
Yep.
But instead, she turns around, starts going the other way. The refs don't catch it. The players start running with her. The whole team flips sides of the court. And I don't think anyone ever figured it out until like the next half.
Oh,
They
wow.
fixed it.
Oh, were they still scoring?
I think so, because the scoreboard didn't know what to do because the refs didn't stop the game. The girls all went the same way. So it was the one time where it maybe actually worked out because everyone just kind of agreed.
Wow.
We're switching sides of the court here.
That's interesting.
It was one of the
high school, college, pro, or
I think it was a high school. It might have even been AAU.
Gotcha.
But if I can find the clip, I'll send it to you because it made me. I was laughing out loud.
Definitely,
I couldn't believe it.
Definitely,
I've seen that. Not to catch.
I've seen that though. I've seen on social media these days. We have the tech or TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. You'll see that video pop up of an unfortunate basketball player going to the wrong hoop. But yeah, that confidence thing, and that's something I talk about, and I will be talking about with my players, with the esports, is their confidence in the game. And then we're talking about our Overwatch team from last night. We didn't win against Michigan. We had good game though, and we had good film to study off of. And amongst the players, the conversation right after, very positive, very uplifting to hear. Okay, yeah, we're not far away. This is a new team. We got 2 transfers from Concordia. We have a freshman from West Side. That's a really good player, but he's first year. We have 2, like I said, 2 from Concordia. They played together for the last 2-3 years already, so they know each other. But everybody else had to come in,
right,
get used to it, just like any other team sport. And so, like I said, very positive, very uplifting to hear what the mindset is. But one of the bigger things that one of the players said amongst them, while I was tuning in, something I was going to say if somebody didn't say it, is their confidence. Having that confidence going in a game, no matter what the game is, no matter the time of the year. If it's the first game, second game, big game, playoff game, championship game, it doesn't matter. If you don't have that confidence, you have that self-doubt, it doesn't matter. You could be playing against your, kids that are not experienced in that game. They will beat you. If it's a esports game or you playing against your little brother or sister and you're 15 years old, if you don't have confidence, little bro, little sister's going to dominate. They're like, I dominated you. So you just got to have that confidence. And that's something as a kid I learned, obviously, growing up in Los Angeles, coming back here, being in Omaha, and then eventually Lincoln. And now, teaching it to my players, teaching it to my own kids that I fathered and helped raise. So it's just having that confidence. If you don't, say, turn it on yourself, and it's got to be where you're self-motivated, it's obviously a learned thing. But when you have it there, you understand it and like how it comes into effect. And I say I explain it like that because then you don't want to have that confidence where you overconfident. You want to just have it where it's game time. All right, I know what I need to do. Like you're confident because you know the game, the fundamentals. Because obviously basketball, as you know, very fundamental based game. If you have the fundamentals down where you don't have to be dribbling like Stefan and all that, but if you know how to just basic dribble down the field or down the court, and have a simple crossover, you'll be a little bit above average player.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one thing because you got to imagine too. This is C2 basketball, which I don't want to discredit it, but the head coach always said, like, if you can dribble, not turn the ball over, and play defense.
That's fundamental.
You're gonna have a role.
Exactly. That's fundamentals. In football is hold on to the ball, throw the ball accurately, catch the ball, and then on defense, tackle the person in front of you, and then get off a block.
Absolutely.
If you could do those things defensively in football, offensively, and then over in basketball, do those basic things. And then in esports, it depends on the game. So we're talking about League of Legends here. So basic fundamental stuff, tracking your target, being accurate with tracking your target. So once you track it, that means you follow it with your eyes and your gun, and then hitting the target when you press the button, the trigger or your mouse button, if you're using mouse and keyboard, and you hit that, and your accuracy is anywhere from 40, like you're 40% and up, you're that dude, you're that girl.
That's that sweet number, 44.
40, anything I say, if you're at your or say you're targeting and KDA, or say targeting accuracy, if it's above 40%, you where you need to be.
Man, I wonder. I would not want to know what my number even is. But yeah, I might be sitting in the low teens.
Yeah, but no, it's just. But again, you're practicing it every day. You know, like I was mentioning. You know, you're practicing catching the ball, running the ball, throwing the ball. You're practicing tracking your target, hitting your target, and then little stuff comes in like map awareness, how to shoot from a different angle. If you're up high, if you're down low, and you have to shoot up. Just working on those little things bit by bit. So if you don't have those fundamentals down, that's where the confidence could go out the window at game time. And then you'll find out who you really are.
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time. We talk about it stretches across sports. Teams are up big. They get too confident. And pretty soon, the whole thing starts falling apart.
Right.
And then they're getting tight. They're panicking. Other teams got all the momentum. Now they're extremely confident. And you just hope that they catch the same bug that you might have had when you were up big.
And so I ran on this road. This ran across my path my first year at Lakeland, where I had players that we had practiced very well. I think I told you this.
Yeah.
And one player, obviously, I thought was ready to play. So, and he thought he was ready to play. And all the confidence, once the first match of Call of Duty went down, all his confidence just got scared out of him. And I'm like, what's going on? I've never seen Call of Duty players play that fast. I'm like, you sure?
You play that fast.
Like, you play that fast. When we're in practice, we're scrimming against other schools. They're scrimming against each other. And he's like, no, this is way faster than me. And I'm like, oh. I was like, all right, we need you back, though. We need you. That's just map 1. Yeah, we lost map 1, but let's go. We got 2 more maps to go before we call this thing unwrapping. If we win the next one, we're going to push it to 5. So let's go. And it was him, then another player was just like, oh my God. I was like, what is going on? So yeah, that told me that was a sign of, even though we had all that practicing in and fundamentals, basics, what I saw, and make sure I was pushing and working on every day, working on the tracking, working on their aiming, working on their accuracy, making sure they don't die a whole lot. And KDA was up, and still didn't have that confidence once the game started. When the real bullets start flying in Call of Duty in that match, and for any shooter, they kind of basically disappear. It's like the Dame Leonard Gatorade commercial, the new one. When that moment gets there,
and
if you're not hydrated, you don't hit the shot. You're not clutch. So yeah, so my man was not clutch there, but he learned something about himself, obviously. And the players here, Nebraska, were definitely there. They showed up. Obviously, Michigan was just a little better. So the confidence for my Nebraska players a little bit different. It was there. They just got to work on stuff that's fixable. Map awareness, communicating a little bit better, and then being Overwatch, you have so many different levels of things you got to know about your tank. Make sure that tank has a healer, a support, basically what we call, and DPS is wreaking havoc on the other team because they're damaged. And then having your snipers, if it's Hanzo or Black Widow, way back in the area, taking off clearing out the map for some of the other opposing teams' players and make sure they keep the numbers down or even, 4v5, 5v5, stuff like that. So when you have that confidence, you remember all the things you should be doing. Because when you don't, you panic, like one kid did, I know, a long time ago or a few years ago. But if you don't panic and you don't have the confidence, at least you're now learning and it's getting better at what you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's how you respond to it afterwards, right? Look at the tape, figure out what went wrong, and just evaluate and get better from it. But we do got to go ahead and throw it to our first break here. This is the Ahman Green Show. I'm Harrison, running the 1s and 2s. Ahman Green, host, as always, sitting in studio. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-To-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentToOwn.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
What is Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union? It's more. More earning, more freedom, more rewards. With Kasasa Cash, you earn up to 5.5% APY, and your rewards begin instantly from a penny up to $40,000, all without monthly service fees. Plus, Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union gives you more ATMs nationwide. When you want more, you want Kasasa Cash. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Chances are you're a busy person. Chances are you'd rather not drive down to Beatrice for your favorite desserts. Chances are you'd really benefit from a Lincoln location for all of your fruitcake, liqueur cake, and breakfast bread needs. Insert Beatrice Bakery in downtown Lincoln. 1040 O Street, the new 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Just grab a cake out of the cooler, pay at the counter, and you're headed home with the delicious, fruity, nutty, decadent treat of your choice. Beatrice Bakery, online at BeatriceBakery.com or now in downtown Lincoln at 1040 O Street. Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln. And with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily. And not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow, what about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Beep, beep, beep. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Ahman Green Show. I'm Harrison Arns running the ones and twos. We got Ahman Green in studio hosting as always. Just signed a few autographs as well. And, I'll give you credit for that. Not just you, but a lot of the Husker Hall of Famers. You guys all take that pretty well. Signing autographs, just kind of showing like the support back that you guys once had. It's really cool to see. I don't know how. I'm pretty much in a bubble here. I couldn't tell you what it looks like everywhere else, but from my perspective, between you, Jay Foreman, Terrell Farley, Chris Raff, Aaron Day, all you guys do a great job kind of handling those fan experiences and just being genuine, back to them.
Yeah, it was something I learned here in my freshman year. I was like, I better get used to this. I didn't know, it was in my my goal sheet, obviously, to make it to college football, make it to the NFL. But, obviously you don't know until it happens, but you're driven to do that stuff. So just in wishful thinking and putting it out there that, if I'm doing this now at the college level, knowing that, what the team was done already before I got here, they already won a national title. Now we're campaigning to defend our national title my freshman year. And after every game, seeing the fans coming out of the football offices, they go meet up with my mom, my dad, and my family that came to the game, brothers, sisters, or nephews and cousins, stuff like that. And then girlfriend at the time, Dayton. And then the fans was first, right? As soon as I get off the elevator, they're like right there, can you sign this? Can you sign that? So I just got used to it. Told myself, wrote myself my own little personal contract, signed it on the dotted lines. Like, look, it's unwritten rule that, hey, it's there. They're cheering for us and supporting us. And just to be an easy way to, put a smile on somebody's face out there. And
how long did it take for your family to get used to it? I know because I know your mom made sure you had a signature that was eligible.
Yes. Yep. She took care of that right away. And I'll say it took a while. It probably took them longer than it took me. Between mom, dad, brothers, and sister, they're like, man, he's still over there signing. And wife and then kids, they're like, why daddy take a whole day to take a shower and then get out here? Especially once I got to the league, and because I would take a shower. And depends on how beat up I was. Home games, being on grass during this time of year where it wasn't cold yet, I would just take a shower and stretch out really good. And then if I was beat up, if I had an injury, I would ice that injury right away, get some treatment instantly. If it wasn't nothing where I was missing the next game, but I'll still get treatment on it. Just get a step ahead of the practice schedule, get like a treatment in, as soon as we're at the game. So do that. And so that would take, obviously take an hour or so. I'll take my share. Guys would just shower, peel it, or guys take a quick shower and be gone. Guys didn't play; they just had to go put on their street clothes and then walk out. And of course, I'm coming in. They're like, I remember every look I got coming into the family room after my Packer games or my Texan games or my Seahawks games. My mom or dad, I say, wife and kids would be like, "Really? It takes you this long to get ready? Look, everybody else is gone. All the family's gone. We in here waiting on you." I'm like, I had a long game. I had like 30 plus touches,
Yeah, playing the running
I'm
back too.
tired.
You got to give him time to heal up a little bit.
Right. When they gave running backs the rock, I'm tired. Like
Mhm.
I gotta, I don't want to be sore tomorrow. So I stretched out, took a nice little cool shower just to get the body ready. Because I gotta come back in here tomorrow, watch film and little lightweight lift and all that. So that was our routine. But yeah, my kids were like, "You tripping, Dad? Like we ready to go home. We've been here since 12 o'clock."
Were you really the last one out most of the time?
Most of the time. I was.
Okay, so they had a little bit of an argument there.
Oh yeah, they had evidence. They had the evidence to prove me guilty of being a slow dresser and coming out of the locker room. But I said I had good reason because I was tired because I worked hard today, or I got beat up, shoulder or ankle or knee. I had to get ice on it, get ready for more treatment later this week. So y'all got to work with me here. Give me a shot. But the kids they're like, whatever, Dad. No, we ain't having that. Y'all, you take way too long. We got stuff. I'm like, what? Y'all got a hot date or something? You like 5 years old. Why you chill out?
That's kids impatient.
Yeah.
They want to go.
Like you ain't got no, y'all say you ain't got no hot date. You don't have to go to work. It's a Sunday. What's the problem? I don't want to hear it. So, but no, love them to death. So.
No, that's great though. And it is cool to, again, those fans, if you haven't been here yet, the coffee mill's closed, but definitely come here in the morning, 1040 O Street. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can get a coffee, hang out with some of the guests we have here on the show. And if you won't be able to do that, you can always text in 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman text line. And we did have a few come over the break. And again, you guys have been great. I appreciate it as always. From Augie, do you remember the Wonder Twins?
Wonder Twins. Yep, I said Super Twins. Wonder Twin. Yes.
Okay.
And I was that was DC. I'm pretty sure that was DC because I remember seeing Wonder Woman and Superman pop up, and definitely Batman. That was my guy. And popping up, and then Olivia Munn. I know you know of her, actress before she was an actress. If you knew, she was a host of a couple of TV shows. I really won on G4 Network. If you remember that network.
No, okay, I don't.
So G4 Network was during your lifetime,
but I don't remember her on the TV.
It was during your lifetime. So you were born in '99.
Yep.
So G4 came around. I started watching G4 Network probably like I think it started before I was watching it. I got caught wind of it around 2005, 6.
Yeah, April 24th, 2002 is when it started.
Okay, so yeah, it had been around. Like I said, it was probably already around, but I caught wind of it around 2005, 6. Started watching it, and I see the host of the show, Attack of the Show, then with some other shows, and then segments within the Attack of the Show TV time, which was about an hour, a little bit over an hour. Asked Adam Sessler, Olivia Munn, and a few other people host and talk about different things from video games coming out or stuff related to video games like comic book movies or video game movies, new tech, new PCs, the new Xbox, PlayStation controller, cameras, computers now. And Olivia she obviously you could figure out then her aspiration was more just being this game show host or this video game show host. So she was funny. She had a nice little slapstick to her. I'm like, this girl is hilarious, right? And they would do skits. Something I want to do on my podcast one day, but obviously we don't have the production crew for it. But eventually, maybe one day we will. Put it out there, we will. And so in between their skits or in between their segments of video game launches, movie reviews, or whatever, it will go into the Wonder Twins doing stuff. It was her and either the other guy host with her, or somebody else. And they're doing the one, and it was so funny. And I'm like, okay, I like this. So that's where that popped up. And just this, and that's where my idea for my Gamers Lounge came from, because watching G4, those shows was like, I love those shows. I would sit there every day in the off season. All I got to do is wake up, go work out. I'm at home by noon. And that's when everything came on around 10. It was about gamer time. It was like 12 o'clock. That's when gamers usually woke up.
Are you aware G4 is no longer a thing?
Yep, I know that. I was like, oh, because they came back.
Yeah, they did.
They tried.
They tried to come back, but yeah, it was 2022. And the reason was lower viewership, and the G4 had not, quote unquote, not achieved sustainable financial results.
Right. I mean, come back during a time where what they talked about and is more accessible now.
Yeah,
to
YouTube's
people.
dominated that.
Between YouTube and this Amazon, you could go to Amazon and pick up any game title.
Mm-hmm.
You could read about it, get all the information you need that they're most likely going to share with you.
Yeah, they're going to have the ratings on there already.
The
for
ratings
you.
on there, and that's what they did. They give you the ratings. They'll give you their opinions of the graphics, of the writing of the game, or the equipment breakdown of the controller or the mouse or the keyboard. And now you just log into an Amazon app, or go to bestbuy.com and have all that there. So that was kind of why I believe, hearing that is no surprise.
Yeah,
why
I
they
feel
couldn't
like
get that network going.
IGN kind of took over that spot.
And that, yep,
because they
that's
transition a little bit better to the social media. Because I
Yep.
think if you really want to, I think they're probably. I know I've seen some of their stuff. They're all over YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Social media. That was probably the step when everything just exploded to social media. Some of those TV networks, they didn't quite adapt fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, there's no way to tell. But I think that was kind of the end game for a lot of those older TV networks.
Yeah.
Just not being able to expand. As soon as the internet hit everyone, and the iPhones just changed everything.
Yeah, just like newspapers.
Yeah,
Newspapers,
100%.
everything's online. You got the Athletic. In terms of the sporting world, you have the Athletic. You had, right when I went pro, ESPN, the magazine, became a thing. And that was around the time you were born.
Yeah, I was getting the East Bay magazines. Was always they always had the poster.
East Bay was so fly. I love that.
One of the best posters that I got was a Blake Griffin when he was on the Clippers.
Okay.
Sweet poster. That was always my favorite.
So that's when they got into actual making stuff look good. Because when I was in high school, East Bay looked like a U-Haul magazine. It looked like you were ordering generic products, even though it was Air Jordans, the Jordans at that time, the 10s or the 11 or the patent leathers, the breads. They had them in there, but it looked like you were looking at an industrial catalog of U-Haul products.
Like an HD Supply magazine.
100%. It's like, even though you were hyped for it, it's like it was nothing entertaining about opening it up. But later on, by the time you were born and 2000 came in, it's like, you know what? Let's spruce this thing up. We got guys like Michael Jordan still playing around this time, and then you got guys in the 2000s. Michael Jordan still playing. He's with the Wizards at that time, and you have who else was around NBA on things
during the Michael Jordan Wizards era. Which during what era?
Michael
Jordan when he's on the Wizards.
Early 2000s, so 2000 to about 2005. Because that's when East Bay started to transition into more the younger crowd, having the stuff like you said, seeing Blake Griffin on the cover, like having athletes.
Around that time, I was mainly watching Lakers because I just loved watching Kobe Bryant. So I can tell you guys
Kobe.
like Derek Fisher,
Derek Fisher,
Bynum,
Kobe,
Odom, and all those kind of forwards. That's when the forwards were still like Andrew Bynum and Lamar Odom.
Oh yeah,
those guys had a dominant stretch there for a while, and then some injuries took them out of it. But nonetheless, we do got to go ahead and go to our final break here. We went a little bit over, but that's all right. We'll go a little shorter on the next one, and then followed by this Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Pearsonell. As always, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers 118th anniversary sale is going on right now. This sale only comes around once a year, so don't miss your chance to save 20% or more on everything diamond. Bridal and engagement rings, bracelets, earrings, and all diamond jewelry, 20% off or more. Our lowest prices of the year, now through October 25th, only at Sutter Heyman's 118th anniversary sale. Lincoln and Grand Island or SutterHeyman.com.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way. And 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
What is Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union? It's more. More earning, more freedom, more rewards. With Kasasa Cash, you earn up to 5.5% APY, and your rewards begin instantly from a penny up to $40,000, all without monthly service fees. Plus, Kasasa Cash at Liberty First Credit Union gives you more ATMs nationwide. When you want more, you want Kasasa Cash. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Chances are you're a busy person. Chances are you'd rather not drive down to Beatrice for your favorite desserts. Chances are you'd really benefit from a Lincoln location for all of your fruitcake, liqueur cake, and breakfast bread needs. Insert Beatrice Bakery in downtown Lincoln. 1040 O Street, the new 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Just grab a cake out of the cooler, pay at the counter, and you're headed home with the delicious, fruity, nutty, decadent treat of your choice. Beatrice Bakery, online at beatricebakery.com or now in downtown Lincoln at 1040 O Street.
October is full of sports, with football and volleyball reaching midseason and basketball and winter sports starting up. All the excitement of the games brings major stress, and stress causes tight muscles and pain. It's time to call The Body Shop, your place in Lincoln for all types of massages: deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Eliminate the pain from sports watching stress today with a massage at The Body Shop at 48th and A and online at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the Ahman Green Show. I'm Harrison, running the ones and twos host as always. Ahman Green in studio.
Yo.
Got a little bit of a short segment here. Again, if you guys got any final comments, 402-464-5685, or you can even put them in for the next show. Again, this is going to be the Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Pearsonell, and followed by that, we'll have Walk On Weekly with Sam Hoiberg, Jeff Grace III, and then to finish us off, On and Off the Pitch with Sammy Hawk and Sarah Weber of Nebraska Soccer. And if you haven't been paying attention, definitely want to tune into Nebraska Soccer as they're getting close to Big Ten tournament time. But we got a little bit of time here left. Mom, what do you want to talk about? Maybe lay out your schedule and what's coming ahead here for esports.
Yeah, so tonight we got about 5 minutes. We got the tip-off of Rocket League against Michigan. And, something I was talking about with players and coaches as well was talking about the enrollment of our universe. Even though we're like, 25,000, I think Michigan is more like 36 or something like that, almost 40,000. So obviously just when you're having a bigger population to pull from, those certain schools don't have better teams.
I think their program's been around a little longer too, hasn't it?
Yep. But we've been around since 2018. So that's a nice little clip before COVID. Not much fall off even after COVID and during. A lot's been done. And I met the alumni earlier this year back in the spring, which was cool, of the esports program. And they were super excited about me being here and about the facility coming in real soon. And so really excited about that. So, but not tonight, like I said, Rocket League tomorrow night will be Smash. And then Thursday at 7 will be Valorant. And so fun stuff, excited about it all. Myself, I'll be streaming on Thursday doing some Call of Duty. They got the Haunt team on Call of Duty right now.
The what? The Haunt team?
The Haunt team.
Okay.
So in all the gameplay, game modes, and Warzone, where it's like a big ghost and
That's right.
zombies
It's
running
Halloween
around.
weekend.
Yeah.
I'd imagine because, right, most people are going to be trick-or-treating this weekend.
Yep, this weekend because
Tuesday, I
Halloween is
think.
a week from today.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got that going on. That's one of mine. This has been my favorite month of horror movie every night. Last night was It Lives Inside. It's a Jordan Peele produced movie or written movie.
I want to ask you this.
Really?
Real quick, give me the rundown of the movie. Rate it for me.
Yeah, rated. I'll say rundown movie is Middle Eastern family. The daughter is still, she's at high school age, adjusting to her culture. They have their rituals that they do. They're their Ramadan and all that, and obviously she's embarrassed about that. And so one of her friends, also Middle Eastern, Indian, and has a curse kind of falls on her, and the one friend didn't want to believe it, but then it became real because her friend disappeared and this demon is coming after them. So very in depth. Jordan Peele and whoever else directed and did some homework, to find that and make it, Americanize the movie so people can understand the culture and everything. So you saw that. I love that part about it. And just the graphics was pretty good. The demon that was possessing the young girl and showing up in places was pretty spot on. So we watched that last night. So it's definitely one. It's on Hulu or Prime Video. You can rent or buy. And I know you could buy because it's actually still in theaters.
Okay, so you got to buy that.
You got to buy that one. Either at one price $20, another one's $24. So
I'll definitely check that one out.
Check it out
because I'm definitely one. I'd rather go to the theaters.
Yeah, I'm a theater guy.
Like when COVID happened, that actually bummed me out because I was a little bit sad to see the movie industry take that big of a hit.
I took a hit
because they make their money off the candies, the foods. Like they don't actually make a ton of money off the ticket sales.
True.
I don't think. But real quick, I want to ask you before we get out of here what you think about Jordan Peele because he's kind of on a heater, especially in the horror film industry. He kind of seems like maybe the next up and coming great horror film
He
director.
is the Pat Mahomes of movie directors right now. I mean, one episode we could break it down. I know my movie directors, from horror to action or just overall. People like Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Stephen King, another horror guy, I can't think of his name. Wes Craven. That's what I was looking for. Guys like that. So he is like I said, he's throwing the ball all angles. He's writing about different stuff, and he has a crew of people around him doing the same thing that's hitting, and they're being all inclusive. They got everybody covered. Him in this movie, covers, say the Middle Eastern culture and what their beliefs are and what they do within their culture. And so to see that and have people experience that in the movie theater and just on a streaming app to be like, okay, now you learn something. Not only was it a good movie, entertaining, you get your horror fix, but then you learn something about a culture that people you may not know much about. So that's the beauty of it too, of watching movies too. You always learn something new you didn't know before.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, before we get out of here, picks for tonight. You got Warriors, Suns, Lakers, Nuggets. We got about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I'm going to go Lakers. And then you said Golden State and
Warriors. Or Warriors and Suns.
I'm going to go Golden State.
Okay. I'll go Nuggets, but I'm going to take the Suns on the other one. That's going to be it for us, though. Don't Pound Hour up next with DeMornay Pierce-Snell. And Ticket Weeknights will keep on rolling all the way up until 11 o'clock. Don't go anywhere.